بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعن ابن عمر قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يكون في أمتي خسف ومسخ وذلك في المكذبين بالقدر. رواه أبو داود وروى الترمذي نحوه. Narrating the authority of Ibn Umar, he said that I heard Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying that there will be in my ummah khasfun. Translated فَخَسَفْنَا بِهِ وَبِدَارِهِ الْأَرْضِ. The Qarun, Allah Ta'ala speaks about, we sunk him into the earth. وَمَسْخٌ, so khasfun means sinking into the earth. وَمَسْخٌ means a disfigurement. وَذَلِكَ فِي الْمُكَذِّبِينَ بِالْقَدْرِ, and that will be with regards to those people who deny the Qadr. Rawahu Abu Dawud, Imam Abu Dawud narrates this here, and Imam Tirmidhi narrates something similar, not the exact hadith, but something similar. Khasfun, I told you, is فَخَسَفْنَا بِهِ وَبِدَارِهِ الْأَرْضِ فَمَا كَانَ لَهُ مِنْ فِئَةٍ يَنْصُرُونَهُ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُنْتَصِرِينَ. Sinking into the bowels of the earth. Person that the earth swallows somebody up, right? That is khasaf. Maskh basically means, تحويل صورة إلى ما هو أقبح منها. Maskh is تحويل صورة إلى ما هو أقبح منها, to change the form of a person to something which is worse than it. So this maskh which we speak about, changing the form of a person, is two types. One is where the whole face actually changes. The whole face actually changes. Like how Allah Ta'ala speaks about in the Quran, that Allah Ta'ala changes their faces to monkeys, into pigs, etc. And here it's mentioned that this happened in the time of Dawud alayhi salam in his ummate da'wat, and the time of Isa alayhi salam. So this here means, this first type I told you was where the body and the face change. Body and the face changes into Allah Ta'ala changes. And this happened in the time of Dawud alayhi salam and Isa alayhi salam. Some ulama explain, they say, you said khasfun, I told you, khasf refer to sinking to the earth. Some ulama say khasf doesn't mean to sink into earth, but khasf means for the face to turn black, for the face to turn black. So some ulama say khasf means, I told you one is this here, khasf means to sink into the earth, and mas means to the disfigurement of the face. But some ulama say, khas refer to for the face to turn black, and mas refers to the heart to turn black. So we know as a general rule that khas and mas, whichever mean you take it, like how I told you, disfigurement and sinking into the earth, or even maybe the blackening of the heart, the blackening of the face, etc., whatever it is. This took place in the previous ummah. It never takes place in this ummah. In fact, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam made dua that this ummah must be saved from this punishment. Nabi also made dua that this ummah must be saved from this punishment. So then, outwardly it seems to be a contradiction that on the one hand, Nabi is saying there will be khas and there will be maskh in this ummah. And once Nabi made the dua that they must be protected. So one answer the ulama give here, they say that the dua of Nabi was an arm dua, that it shouldn't be a common affliction. And this hadith is speaking to individual persons, something. So in other words, the whole ummah of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been saved, like how in previous times entire ummahs were afflicted by this. Entire ummahs were afflicted by this, right? So it could happen to individuals from this ummah. That's one answer. And then the other answer you could give is what was mentioned here also, that this does not refer to the khaf and the must of the previous ummahs, but it refers just to the blackening of the heart, right? But anyway, so whatever it is, whatever punishment has been mentioned, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam predicted that people will come and they will deny takdeer. They will deny that things happen with the control of Allah Ta'ala. They deny whatever you see happening here, it is according to a divine plan. They will say man is the master of his own destiny. And I told you in previous times, the Mu'tazilas would do that. We done some history in the beginning of when this fitna started actually in the time of Sahaba Ikram, and when it gained traction, we done that. And today's day and age, the people that hold on to this belief are the Quran only people. They believe only in the Quran. They don't believe in Hadith. Who I know of in today's day and age, these are the people that have this belief. They say, the same arguments that those who believe say that how can man everything be according to the deal of Allah Ta'ala? That means that's zulm, etc. But we gave all the answers of that, right? So in today's day and age, you get these type of people that deny takdir and say man has absolute choice. Everything happens according to man's will. So if somebody got killed or something, then they say Allah Ta'ala didn't know that would happen. That's not takdir. This is the killer chose to do this. That's what they say, right? Anyway, read the next hadith. So anyway, Nabi Sallallahu predicted that such people will come that will deny the takdir, and Nabi Sallallahu mentioned the type of azab, and I gave you explanation of what the azab is will afflict this type of people, right? Interesting. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Also narrated in the authority of Ibn Umar, he said that Rasulullah Sallallahu said, the Qadariyah, they are the fire worshippers of this ummah. If they become ill, do not visit them, Iyadatul Marid, to visit special virtue. وَإِنْ مَاتُوا فَلَا تَشْهَدُوا. And if they die, then do not witness their janazah. Imam Ahmad narrates this, and Abu Dawud narrates this. Just two words down you can acquaint yourself with in Arabic. To visit a sick person is called Iyadat what? And when you go visit the bereaved, those people, it's called Ta'ziyat what? So both things in Islam, Iyadatul Marid and Ta'ziyat, there's a great deal of reward for that. It's from among social etiquette. So yeah, although in this hadith here, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used the word Iyadatul Marid and Ta'ziyat, but what it means is do not socialize with these people. Do not socialize with these people. Do not treat them like Muslims. Because they are not the Muslims, they are the Majus of this ummah. Understood? Say there's two creators. One is Yazdan. He's the creator of good. And they say Abraham. He's Arham. Ahraman. He is the creator of what you call of evil. So they believe in multiple creators. Now, why the Qadariya is likened to them is this here. Remember, the Qadariya say that man is the master of his own destiny. He creates his own af'al. We say that Allah Ta'ala created the af'al and man is the kasib. He makes kasb, right? So the problem with this is we say Allah khalaqakum wa ma ta'malun. Allah Ta'ala created you and whatever you do. You don't create the actions. Allah Ta'ala create the actions. So by you saying that you create your own actions, that means you're like a khaliq. So each person is a khaliq. He's creating his own actions. So if you are Qadariya, effectively you are believing multiple creators. You understand what I'm saying? Hence, the Qadariya are likened to the Majus, because the Majus also believe in multiple creators. Are you with me? I told you, yes, that is a Khaliq Khair and Khaliq Sharif Arhaman. So for them, almost they say like, yes, that is Rahman and Arhaman is Shaitan. So they believe Taqdeer, everything. And man creates his own actions. Hence they were termed as the Majus of the Ummah. In fact, here the Sharih say that these people, they are even worse. They are even worse than the Majus, because the Majus believe in two creators, which is Yazdan and Arhaman. But here the Qadariya believe each and every person is a creator. So he's believing multiple creators. And it's also the Mu'tazilas that also had a similar belief. So فَلَا تَعُودُهُمْ, I tell you, إِيَادَةُ الْمَرِيضِ is to visit the sick people. So those people who denied Taqdeer, do not visit them, because they are denying an important aspect of Islam. And when you deny an important aspect of Islam, as though you come out of the fold of Islam, right? So as I told you here, there's also a difference of opinion. Some ulama say that they actually kafir, they come out of the fold of Islam. And some ulama say no, they're not kafir, but they are bid'ati. You know, like how you get in fiqh, you get haram, you get makruh tahrimi, makruh tanzihi, you get faraj, you get wajib, you get sunnat. With regards to aqidah, you get bid'at and you get kafir. There's only two categorizations. So the fiqh categorization is like for those things that you have to do, faraj, wajib, sunnat mu'akkada, sunnah ghayra mu'akkada, mustahab, nafal, right? And there's haram, makruh tahrimi, makruh tanzihi, and khilaf awla, right? So that is fiqh categorization. With regards to things that relates to imaniyat, either something is bid'at, that means it doesn't take you out of the fold of Islam, but it is contrary to the belief of the Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and then worse, that is kufr. So here, when a person denies takdir, some ulama say it is kufr, some ulama say it's bid'at. So if we say it is kufr, and obviously we treat a non-Muslim different to which you just look a Muslim, and if we say it's not kufr, we just say it is bid'at, then still too, you're supposed to socially boycott these people because of them being bid'atis. And the same thing would happen to if a person died, a kafir, you won't, as a Muslim, you will not attend his kafir, his funeral, as that says in the Quran, وَلَا تُصَلِّ عَلَىٰ أَحَدٍ مِّنْهُمْ مَاتَ أَبَدًا وَلَا تَقُمْ عَلَىٰ قَبْرِهِ. You will not attend his, his funeral because of the kufr that takes place there, right? Something similar to what has been mentioned here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَعَنْ عُمَرَ قَالَ قَالَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم لَا تُجَالِسُ أَهْلَ الْقَدْرِ وَلَا تُفَاتِحُوهُمْ رواه Abu Dawud. Narrated the authority of Umar radiallahu ta'ala said, Rasulullah said, do not sit with these people, this Qadariyah, they deny Taqdeer. وَلَا تُفَاتِحُهُمْ. Two explanations here. One is, do not make them your arbiter in your matters, or do not give them a good face. So, لَا تُجَالِسُ, this is just, doesn't mean you mustn't sit with them, but do not associate with them. Do not make them your bosom friends. So, whether it is Ahlul Batil, whether it is Ahlul Nifaq, whether it is the people who have the wrong aqidah, you shouldn't make them your bosom buddies. You shouldn't make ikhtilat with them. You should not make them your close friends. And the other author says, even those people who mock at deen, these people that also, these Ahlul Quran, they mock at the hadith, they'll poke fun at the sunnah, they'll poke fun at the beard, because beard is not clear in the Quran. Having your pants above your ankles, or even the ladies wearing hijab, all that type of thing. They poke fun at these things because they say it's not part of Islam, because they only believe what's in the Quran. They don't believe what is in the hadith. So they'll poke fun at this. So all these type of people, we learn from this hadith here. Whether we take it, as I said, some ulama say it means kufr. Outright, some ulama say it's not kufr. They're not so hard in this matter. They say it is clear-cut bid'ah. So whatever it is, those people who deny, who mock, and poke fun at things that are clearly proven from the Quran and from the Hadith and from the Sunnah, you should not associate with them. You should not make them your close friends. Yes, you can associate with them to the point where you feel you can influence them. Like if somebody's got some bad habits, somebody's got, like as I said, got the wrong aqidah, he's only a Quran only person, or he's got wrong beliefs. So or maybe sometimes what happens also, maybe if some family member, maybe they got bad habits, maybe same-sex orientation or whatever. So now you'll associate with them to the point where you feel you can influence them. You can make a difference. But where you see now this person is hell-bent, no matter how much I speak to this person, how much I invite him, how much I speak to him, many times people also turn to the wrong because they are isolated. So you offer them a good environment, etc. But despite that, you see that this person is continuing. So then this will come to an effect. La tujalisu, la tufatihum. So this hadith is in fact, although it is speaking about the Qadariyah, but it is a very, very important hadith to show us that we shouldn't be, associating with people of, like I told you, of bid'at, or people who have wrong beliefs, people who mock at Islam, people who mock at the Sunnah. We shouldn't associate with them to such an extent, especially where our association is interpreted as approval for what they are doing. And so I'm saying, why don't you got a business deal, you're just doing some business with somebody, you're buying something, you're selling something, you're taking some service from somebody, right? So that's a difference deal. That is just a purely a business deal. But what I'm saying is, like how the word jalasa yujalisu, fataha yufatihu. What scale it comes from? Fa'ala yufa'ilu. And what does fa'ala yufa'ilu scale come from? Where the action comes from both ways. So some people see this question that asks that if a person is a gay person, can we do business with him? Or if a person is maybe from a wrong Aqidah, he's a Barelvi, or he's a Shia, people say like this, a Shia person, can we do business with him? Can I be friend with a Shia? Yeah, I gave you the answer. To do purely business with him is purely like how you do. You go to Checkers, you buy from a non-Muslim. You go to Woolworths, you go to Pick and Pay, you buy from a non-Muslim. That doesn't mean you approve of what they are doing. You know what I'm saying? But this is what, see, jalasa yujalisu, fataha yufatihu, comes from mufa'ala scale. You associate with that person in such a manner. So maybe he's a Shia, you got kufr beliefs. Also Shia is different. You get some that got bid'ah beliefs, you get some Shia that got kufr beliefs. Alhamdulillah, as we go into the sabak, we are trying to show you what beliefs are kufr beliefs. We try to show you what beliefs are just bid'ah beliefs. So to associate with them in such a manner that you give you give the impression that I have no problem with this person's beliefs to that person himself, or you give that impression to other people. So I've got no a problem with your beliefs. And that is so many times. Also, people ask this question. People actually ask this question that we got a family member that is maybe a Shia. We got a family member to this guy, Na'udhu Billah, that he openly engages in this type of, he openly got a husband, or she openly got a wife, whatever I get. There you got your answer. You just do purely business for such a person, that will be accepted because you do business with anybody. But the word jalasa yujalisu, fataha yufatihu, gives the impression to associate with that person in such a manner that you giving the impression that I'm fine with this. And so once you initially reach out to such a person with the hope or the intention of making islah of that person, but you see now, no, this person is not interested. This person is not interested in remedialing or remedying himself. Then you must cut off. That, as I said. But first, you give the person a chance. Anyway. So this is also a very interesting, important hadith that gives us some guidelines with regards to, although it speaks about here, the hadith speaks about wrong aqidah, but it can be extended to anything. Like I tell you, any open violation of the sin, any total disregard. Well, istighfafu kufrun. This comes in the Aqidah books also. To any type of thing, this is authentically proven from the Sunnah. To laugh at it, to mock at it, to jeer at it, to laugh at the beard, to laugh at the hijab, to laugh at the niqab, etc., etc. To laugh at people and say that wearing the pants above the ankle is proven from. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My kitab is much, yes, so you must just happy with that one. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Aisha qalat qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, narrated from the Tariq of Aisha Siddiqa radiyallahu ta'ala. She said, the Rasul said, Hittatun la'antuhum. The 6 type of people, the Nabi of Allah ta'ala cursed him. وَلَعَنَهُمُ and Allah ta'ala cursed him also. وَكُلُّ نَبِيٍّ يُجَابُ. And then every Nabi he's answered. So what is Nabi System saying? He's saying, look here, I curse these people. And remember, in Nabi's dua is answered. So definitely the curse is gonna fall them. The curse is gonna afflict them. So be wary of this. الزائد في كتاب الله, the one who increases in kitab Allah, والمكذب بالقدر, and the person who denies the taqdeer. And obviously this is now made this hadith relevant with the chapter. والمتسلط بالجبروت, right? And that person who takes power forcefully. What you got there? يعز من أذله الله. He wants to give honor to that person who Allah Ta'ala disgraced. ويذل من أعزه. And he wants to disgrace that person who Allah Ta'ala gave honor. وَالْمُسْتَحِلُّ بِحَرَمِ اللَّهِ. That person who makes halal that which Allah Ta'ala made haram, right? وَالْمُسْتَحِلُّ مِنْ إِتْرَتِي. And that person who wants to consider my family as fair game. إِتْرَتِي مَا حَرَّمَهُ اللَّهُ, what Allah Ta'ala made haram. وَالتَّارِكُ لِسُنَّتِي. And that person who leaves out my sunnah. رواه البيهقي في المدخل ورزين في كتابه. Imam Bayhaqi narrates this book in his narrates this hadith in his book called Madkhal Warazin, and Razin also relates this in his book. What fasal are we doing here? Can you just check what fasal we're doing? Bastustani. Now remember, interesting thing I want to teach you here. Imam Razin also wasn't from the primary authors of the book. Remember what Sahib Mishkaat done? He tried to reference all the books of Sahibul Masabih. Remember? So you see in the first fasal you got the hadith of Sahihain. In the second fasal you got the hadith of the Sunan. And in the third fasal you got that with Sahib Mishkaat included. That he added, sorry, right? What he added. Now, interesting thing, Imam Razin, he was not also from the primary sources, not like Muslim. He also took from other books. Like how, Mishkaat Shareef is taken from other books. Mishkaat Shareef is taken from Sahih Muslim, it's taken from Abu Dawud, it's taken from Tirmidhi, it's taken from Tabarani, Bayhaqi, etc., etc. And another book that you also done, Riyadh al-Salihin. It's not a primary source. It's taken from other. In other words, what would happen is this, that like these people like Sayyid Sita, etc., Imam Bukhari, they took directly from the ustads and they made their own book, like all the hadith he knew. Then later on, maybe 200-300 years later, maybe Simon Mishkan came, but he also got the sanad. You got the sanad to Imam Bukhari, you got the sanad to Imam Muslim, you got the sanad to, so he took from all those, but via Bukhari Sharif, and he made his own book. So that's a secondary source of hadith. Now interesting here, this Razin, Imam Razin, he was also a secondary source. He was also a secondary source. It's not like he was not in the same category like Bukhari and Muslim and Abu Dawud and Tirmidhi and Bayhaqi, etc., etc. So although his book, so this shows you here that Sahib Mishkat, he had access to Imam Razin's book. He had access to, but we today, we don't have Imam Razin's book. We don't have Imam Razin's book. The only thing that we know about Imam Razin, what he narrated, is what Sahib Mishkat, when he references him. You understood what I'm saying? And he said that was just a little bit extra with regards to first part, وَكُلُّ نَبِيٍّ يُجَابُ. I told you, I explained to you here, that what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is saying, look here, a prophet's dua is always accepted. So here a prophet is cursing you for this thing. So the chances of this dua being accepted are very, very great. The chances of the dua being accepted are very, very great. So be especially careful about these things. Be especially careful about these things. Now, if you look at la'anat, when you say la'antuhum, when you say I curse this person, you say like what is actually a curse? When you're cursing somebody, what is actually a curse? Have you got any understanding of what a curse is? You only know the word. So curse basically means where you want somebody to be distant from the mercy of Allah Ta'ala. You want some difficulty to afflict him. That's what literally it means. That's why you see sab'atun la'antuhum, sab'atun la'an Allah al-washima wal-mustawshima, la'an Allah. Like I told you, remember we also done this here. One of the, kabair, we done this, big sins. What is the difference? What's the differentiating factor between kabair and zaghair? How do you define a big sin and how you define a small sin? So one of the explanations there is every such crime for which there's a curse or there's a promise of azab or there's a promise of jahannam, etc., then that is a big sin. You understand what I'm saying? So now here, according to the definition, you can see that here Nabi Sallallahu is cursing and Allah Ta'ala is cursing for this thing. So Nabi Sallallahu is cursing for this and Allah Ta'ala is cursing for this. That shows you what? That this is a big sin. It is a big sin. So one is this here. We say la'nat for the kuffar. When Allah Ta'ala curse the kuffar. So this is ib'adum min rahmatillah. You're making a dua that Allah Ta'ala distant this person from his mercy on account of his transgression. And then you get second, la'natul fisq, ib'adum min ridallah. So wherever there's a curse for a kafir, we say that means it's a dua for ib'ad and rahmatillah. And where there is a curse for a fisq, not an open kufr, but a crime which doesn't take you out of the fold of Islam, then it is ib'adum min ridallah. You understood that? Now, there's an very interesting discussion, Aqidah. In Islam, you can only curse that person who you are certain he died on kufr. We speak about so that person who we're not certain that he died on kufr, we cannot curse him. So even if you see a kafir, you see like a non-Muslim die there, you're not certain that he died on kufr. You could have recited the kalima. So when we say you are certain a person died on kufr, who do we mean? We mean those persons who the Sharia told us they died on kufr. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that you are certain somebody died on kufr, the only way we can be certain a person died on kufr is when we got nas, we got text from the Sharia, like who Fir'aun, he died. أنا وقد أصيت من قبل وكنت من المفسدين فاليوم ننجيك ببدنك لتكون لمن خلفك آية. Abu Jahl, he died. This text, Abu Lahab. Now there's always, yeah, this is so relevant when it comes to today also. Now we are in Ashura, Muharram. Yazid apparently was the cause of the murder of Hazrat Hussein radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Right? Although nowadays, there's a lot of research. Did he actually order the killing of Hazrat Hussein, or he ordered the apprehending of him? Some ulama say no, some researchers say no, he never gave the order to kill Hazrat Hussein radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He just said apprehend him or incapacitate him and bring him to me, right? But even that's one discussion. But even besides that, even if the other crimes he committed on Harra, when the Mennonites rebelled against, all this you do in detail at the end, inshallah. Kitab al-Fitan, it will come at the end. But anyway, when there was a lot of atrocities committed against the people of Medina. So now, can we curse him or not? Are we allowed to curse him? Because let's say, even if he never gave the order to kill Hazrat Hussein radiallahu ta'ala, no, he just gave his men the order to incapacitate him, neutralize him when they came up against him, right? So here we're saying, if you understood this usul, there's no yaqeen that he died on kufr. There's no yaqeen that he died on kufr. And in keeping of this usul here, if we got no yaqeen he died on kufr, then we can't curse him. You understood? We can't curse him of the first curse, which is ib'aduhu min rahmatillah. We still speak about the first curse, that you make a dua Allah Ta'ala, that keeps him away from his mercy. Others, he must go to Jannah, whatever. So if you got no, although there are some, this is now a separate subject altogether, there are some reports to say he was a good person. They say, he was from the Umayyads. And after the Umayyads, the Abbasids came into power. So most of the books, the history books, were compiled in the Abbasid times. So they say there's, the Abbasids, to justify the disposal and the removal of the Umayyads, they contorted history. There are some riwayats that even say that he was a good person, and some of the people that are of this opinion, Mufti Za'ul Haq of Darul Uloom, Zakaria, and those people. But anyway, that's a different discussion for a different day. We'll do this when we come in our Aqidah Tahawiyah. There's quite a bit of detail in the second part in the end. Inshallah, we'll do that. But anyway, let's leave, put that all aside, and we come back here to the lesson now. If we say that he was a bad person, we go with the normal common narrative that he was a bad person, he killed so many Sahaba Ikram, and he attacked Medina, etc. Then too, we say you cannot curse him like how a kafir is cursed, which is the la'nat of ib'ad bin rahmatillah, because we've got no yaqeen that he was a kafir. And I told you the only time you can have yaqeen is when you got nas, like Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab, Fir'aun, etc. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, when we are certain a person had died upon kufr, then we can curse him for the first curse, right? And here, the second one, which is the la'nat for fisk. The la'nat for fisk. Here also, the author said you cannot curse him, because even if you look at the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on account of fisk, not open kufr, you say a person, there also, you do not curse a specific person. You curse the person who does it. That is why I told you, like Nabi said, لَعَنَ اللَّهُ الْوَاشِمَ وَالْمُسْتَوْشِمَ وَالْمُتَنَمِّسَ. Where Allah Ta'ala curse the person who makes the gaps between the teeth. May Allah Ta'ala curse the person who put tattoos on the body. In other words, may Allah Ta'ala, this hadith is a very important hadith. Many usul is mentioned about this, especially for the ladies also, that those who interfere with the natural khilqat. So, Allah Ta'ala created you. you interfere with it, Allah Ta'ala curse. So from this, many masail is extracted, like how you shape your eyebrows and all that type of thing. So you see, so here even we see that the Nabi never cursed a specific person. He just cursed a general curse for the one who do that action. So for fisk, now is the first verse I told you, for kufr, you must be certain the person that kufr before you can curse him. For fisk, you don't say, I curse you because you are doing this. You curse the person, the perpetrator of that fisk. So most you can do is the person, the Muslim curse the person who done this, the Muslim curse the person who done that, but you won't say a particular individual is cursed. Are you with me? So this is what we call as ijmali curse. So these three, that was just a little bit information with regards to curse. But coming back to this hadith here now, if we say these people are kafir, then it refers to the first curse. That is when they die on kufr, we know. And if it is not for kufr, if we say this refers to fish, then refer to the second curse, which is ibadu an ridallah. You understood? And you can see they also Nabi Sallallahu doesn't mention names, but he just made it general. You understood? Then we say he mentioned tawbiran tahrizan. First, az-za'idu fi kitabillah. This is also relevant today. You know, one is you believe that the Quran is incomplete. There's something short in the Quran. So if you believe that physically there's certain words or certain chapters or certain surahs missing from the Quran, that is outright kufr, because it's the Quran. Inna nahnu nazzalna dhikra wa inna lahu lahafidhun. Allah Ta'ala said, we gave the Quran and we look after it and we protect it. Now the 12 Shias, they won't say this openly. They'll never say it openly. They make taqiyah. They actually believe that the Quran that we have today is incomplete. They believe that the 12th Imam that is in hiding, he will come with the complete Quran. So if any Shia has this belief, as I told you, it is the common, the 12 which we call the Isna Ashariya, the common, the biggest group of Shias, the most powerful Shias of today in Iran. Although throughout history, we look at they were a minority, but now because they've come into power and they've got oil and they've got petrodollars, they're promoting the Shiism. So if anybody has this type of belief, so what we'll say is, our ulama won't say, this Shia is a kafir, or we say, look, these are the beliefs. Anybody who has this belief here, then it's a kafir. So if somebody believes that actually the Quran is short today, and he said that, certain chapters are missing of the Quran, then there's open kufr, right? So this is what we say is, when you believe the words are short, etc. That's the first one. The second one is this here, which when we say Zaidu ma'nawiyun la hakikan, you make ta'wil and you make the tahrif. You don't say the same words of the Quran, but you take it away from its original meaning. You take it away from the meaning which the Salaf al-Salihin, they understood from it, etc. So this here, depending on the meaning, but if it is not a kufr meaning, then because you took it away from the original meaning which the Salaf al-Salihin understood, such a person will be a fasik, he will be a mubtadi'ah, right? So that is what. So I told you, if you physically believe that there's certain words in the Quran that is not supposed to be there, or there's words that need to be added to the Quran, physically words, that's kufr, you come out of the fold of Islam. And this, I told you, is the main belief of the Isna Ashariya, the mainstream Shia today that is dominating the world, but they won't say it openly. And then I gave you another term there. Our ulama won't say this Shia is a kafir. They say, look, if you have this, there's another 3 or 4 or 5 beliefs of the Shias that take them out, especially the Isna Ashariya, that take them out of the fold of Islam. But as we go along, when we come across it, I will point it to you. But as I told you, our ulama never said the Isna Ashariya are kafir. They say, if they have this belief, they are kafir. If they have this belief, they are not kafir. And so then the next one is the al-mukadhibu bi-qadarillah. Those who deny the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala. And I tell you, the Qadariyah, which they believe that a person has a master of his own destiny, he decides his own fate, etc. And in previous time, they were the Mu'tazilat or the Khawarij. And I tell you, in today's closest that you can get today is these Quran-only people I had several interactions with them. That's why I know them. They don't believe in taqdeer. They believe you're the master of your own fate. So that's obviously we're almost finished. I know we're late, but we're almost finished with this hadith here. So that is the relevance of this hadith. Then you get al-mutasallitu bil jabaruti. So a person who he took the government, he took a position of authority by force. He wasn't elected, he wasn't nominated to be the Khalifa. And what he wants to do, why? Because he wants to put people, unworthy people in the position, righteous, good people. They're supposed to be in positions of leadership, in the positions of imarat, in position of khilafat, etc. So you see there, وَالْمُتَسَلِّتُ بِالْجَبَرُوتِ لِيُعِزَّ مَنْ أَذَلَّهُ اللَّهِ. To put unworthy people and then remove worthy people, right? And then to move worthy people. So that is also, as I said here, one of the crimes that is mentioned in this hadith here. وَالْمُسْتَحِلُّ لِحَرَمِ اللَّهِ. 1 year haram referred to the Bayt, the Kaaba. Now we know the Haram Sharif is sanctified. There's a set laws for the Haram. وَمَنْ دَخَلَهُ كَانَ آمِنًا. You can't interfere with the fauna, the flora, etc., etc. You can't kill a person, etc. So if a person disregards this and is oblivious of this, وَالْمُسْتَحِلُ مِنْ إِتْرَةِ. That person who do not consider the family of Rasulullah, the Ahlul Bayt, is sanctified, do not respect them, do not give them their rights, etc. There's a separate subject, but abuse them. Believe it or not, there was in the previous time there was a group called the Nawasib, and Nasabi, and the Nawasib are those people who hated the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So yeah, maybe although you don't get them today, I don't think you find them. Although the Shias, because we don't support their statement that as Ali is supposed to be the successor to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Hassan, as they say, remember they say as Ali was supposed to be the successor after Nabi passed away, and then as Hassan, as Hussein. So we don't support it. We say no, there was, as Abu Bakr was the elected the Khalifa, and there are many isharat when Nabi showed that, although he never clearly say, but there are many indications that they show that as Abu Bakr was the most worthy Khalifa. So because we don't support their claim to say that as Ali should be, they say, just based upon that, they say we hate the Ahlul Bayt. We hate the Ahlul Bayt, and they claim that we are Nawasib. We hate the family. And I'll give you another thing while we're discussing this here now. This is Muharram, this is Ashura. At this time, Hazrat Hussain radiallahu anhu was killed, right? But we see there is also, before Hazrat Hussain radiallahu anhu was killed, Nabi Sallam spoke about tawsiyah, expanding on your family on this day, and then fasting and all that type of thing. So they claim that this all was introduced after Hazrat Hussain was killed, and we done this to obfuscate and to hide the crimes of the Banu Umayyah upon the family of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we want to hide the sacrifices, and we want to detract and turn attention away from what Banu Umayyah, it is the family of Hazrat Muawiyah and Yazid, done to Hazrat Hussain. So because we hate them, we hate their sacrifices, na'udhu billah, which is obviously untrue. But as I said, there's a separate subject we can discuss at another time. So they say this whole thing of Ashura, of giving, spending on your family, and of fasting was all a bid'ah that was introduced later on to detract and take attention away from the great sacrifice of Hussein. And then we undermine, we don't accept the fact that we don't accept the sacrifice of Hussein, and that's on that account they say we, the Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, are Nawasib, those people who hate the family of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The last one before, At-Tariqu li Sunnati. One is if you just leave the Sunnah out because you're lazy, that's a different thing. But if you leave out the Sunnah because you consider it insignificant, you poke fun at it, etc., then that is kufr. Ala tariqil ihanati. I told you, wal istighfafu kufrun. One is you don't practice upon something, but one is you poke fun at it, then that is kufr. That is kufr. Okay, that brings us to the end of it. I need to stop there, inshallah. We will continue tomorrow.